All right, what's good, peeps? I'm filming this pretty late. It's just gone at 1 a.m. So let's just get straight into this story. Canelo Alvarez is a free agent. He's been released from his contracts with Dazn and Golden Boy. Let's quickly read a statement from his manager and trainer Eddie Reynoso, who says, "In my role as a manager and coach of Saul Canelo Alvarez, I allow myself to communicate to the boxing community and to all our fans that starting today, November 6th, Canelo becomes a free agent, so we are ready to continue his boxing career. All this time, we have been working hard in the gym with a lot of responsibility and discipline to be in a great physical shape and ready to fight this year, and it will be. So he'll fight this year. We will announce a date, rival, and a place very soon, and we will return stronger than ever to keep growing and showing that Mexican boxing is the best." Now, some people were saying this isn't so. Some people were saying, okay, no, but Golden Boy and DAZN are not going to accept it. Well, no, they are. This is fact now. Oscar De La Hoya has confirmed the separation. He says the lawsuit was resolved to everyone's satisfaction, and we wish Canelo the best going forward. This is Oscar De La Hoya. In a strong partnership with DAZN, we will continue showcasing our wide array of talent, including rising superstars like Ryan Garcia, Munguia, and Virgil Ortiz, all of whom have the talent and potential to become the next biggest star in our sport. And DAZN have said the matter has been resolved to the satisfaction of all parties. So Canelo is no longer with DAZN and Golden Boy. Now, look, we don't know how long this has been going on. I think it's been going on about 4 months. Could be longer than that, by the way. It could have been around the time they were trying to do the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Could have been then. So I'm talking about just before COVID happened. But I will say this. I've never seen a fighter be freed from a contract that quick. I mean, look at all the fighters. Go back in history and look at all the fighters. Go back in the last 20 years. Fighters get tangled up in contracts that go on and on and on, and you're in and out of court for ages. Ages. This is the quickest I've ever seen a fighter being released from his contract. Now, there's a couple of reasons why that might be. Again, we know we haven't seen all the paperwork, but I think sometimes it just comes down to that. And maybe DAZN were like, all right, just go, because we can't pay you what we promised to pay you in the contract. Like maybe during the circumstances we're in now, DAZN are like, we can't pay you $35 million a fight. We just can't afford to pay you it. Maybe you're not bringing enough to the table to warrant that, right? I mean, that's a lot of money. That is a hell of a, I mean, he's got to generate a lot of signups, new signups, to almost warrant that. And I just don't know if there are fights out there that generate that kind of money. I don't know. There might be. Don't know. I just don't think they are. Especially who was like Billy Joe Saunders. As much as I want to see that fight, for example, as much as a lot of people want to see that fight, does it generate that much signups? Do you know what I mean? So I think maybe the DAZN are like, just go. If you want to go, go. I honestly believe it could be that simple, where they've just said, you know what, if you want to go, go. And there's no doubt that Canelo has probably already received offers from Showtime. I wouldn't be shocked if Bob Arum's tried to do something. So he already knows he's fine. And he's probably just said, you know what, they've all just kind of almost a gentleman's handshake and like, all right, everyone just part ways. You know, you want to leave us, fine. We can't pay you. We're not going to keep you because we almost can't offer you the contract or can't fulfill the contract that you signed up. I honestly believe it's just that. I know people want to speculate and say it's a lot more than that. I just don't know if it is. I know they weren't happy with the level of opponents, and they weren't happy with the level of opponents because they assumed those opponents won't generate the signups. Thus, they can't justify paying the money. Maybe, maybe it's a whole other heap of that. But as it stands right now, Canelo is a free agent, right? And I guess he's probably the hottest free agent we've seen in boxing for a long time. I'm guessing it will be Showtime that he goes to. There is talks about a fight with Caleb Plant, and that will obviously be for Caleb Plant's, what's he got, IBF belt, 168 pounds, and that will make, or at least Canelo will be attempting to become a full-weight world champion. But yeah, this is surprising, man. I didn't think it would get to a stage where everyone just accepts the situation. I didn't get to that. Strange. Don't know. In the end, I'm trying to think how damaging this is for Dazn to lose their biggest star like this without really any fight. Don't know. I don't know about Dazn and boxing in America. I don't know if it's just, I feel like it's just not worked. I mean, they've got some good stars. I mean, Devin Haney is a good one. They are putting on some good shows, but in terms of real stars, it just hasn't worked. I remember when Eddie Hearn announced this Dazn deal, and he was offering sort of fights or offering contracts that seemed to everyone, right? Like we're hearing about, oh, we're gonna go out there and get the Charlos and Adrian Broner and Keith. None of that worked, did it? No one signed up. No one signed up. It's crazy. No one, think about it. No one signed up. All the names that we were hearing, no one signed up. There was even talks about Manny Pacquiao. Who signed up? No one. Am I lying? No one signed up. So it's not really worked. It's not worked at all, in fact. I mean, look, they still got, they've still got GGG, they've still got Demetrius Andrade, but GGG is what's he now, 38? Demetrius Andrade doesn't sell a lick, does he? I mean, he does nothing. Ryan Garcia could, right? I mean, if Ryan Garcia beats Luke Campbell, he could do something. But when you think of the stars of American boxing, and that's what they were trying to get, the stars, now they've lost the biggest star in Canelo. The next biggest stars are that generation that are coming through, the young generation who are signed to top-ranking Teofimo Lopez, Al Heyman and PBC and Gervonta Davis. They haven't got any of these guys. Errol Spence. They haven't got any of these guys at all. So it's clearly just not worked. It's not worked at all. For Canelo, he'll just go straight back on pay-per-view. And then I guess it's easy. It's almost a case of, yes, I'm guessing if it is Showtime, for example, he'll probably get a base of, I don't know, 10 million, just throwing a number out there. And then it'll be a case of how many pay-per-views you sell. And that's easy. That model works. Like, giving someone a guarantee regardless of signups is just stupid. It's dumb. I mean, I think their approach, and this is Dazn, again, we're talking ridiculous offers to Golovkin. I think a ridiculous offer to Deontay Wilder, just chucking money out there. Their approach just didn't work. The approach of, if you're a pay-per-view fighter, literally you get paid based on how many pay-per-views you sell. That seems to work for me. That makes sense. Yes, if you're a Canelo level fighter, you get a guarantee, almost like what Floyd did, but then you make extra on top based on your pay-per-view. That makes sense. So him versus Caleb Plant will do some good pay-per-views because it's Canelo, and then he'll get paid. So yeah, that's what's happened. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Okay, so it basically says here, and I'm reading something from Boxing Scene, that on September 8th, Alvarez and Golden Boy, it says on September 8th, Alvarez sued Golden Boy and Dazn for breach of contract and fraud, seeking damages of at least 280 million. Alvarez complained in the complaint that he was denied guaranteed payments and suffered a loss of income as a result of not fighting since last November when he knocked out Sergey Kovalev. Boy, interesting. I just think they couldn't afford to pay him. I think that's what it was. Remember, it was a 10-fight deal, 365 million. So 365 million 10-fight deal or something like that. I don't think they just couldn't afford to pay him. And I think they're okay to say go. And I think everyone's just gone on their happy ways. But good luck to Canelo. Again, I don't know what this means for Dazn. I don't know what fighter they've got on their roster that's going to do any sign-ups. And they are paying good money. Interesting. All right, let's see if there's any other quick boxing news that we can touch on. Did you guys see the picture of Kell Brook that's doing the rounds? He looks in fantastic shape. He really does look in tremendous shape. But it could be, and I remember saying this about David Haye a couple of years ago, it could be Ferrari, no engine. It could, right? I mean, you look fantastic, but if there's nothing inside, there's nothing inside. So look, I'm just happy he looks like he's in tremendous shape. To be fair, so does Terence Crawford. Crawford looks in fantastic shape as well. I'm guessing Crawford doesn't start from as high as Kell Brook. But yeah, Brook looks in good shape. And that was it, right? Can Brook lose the weight correctly? Can he get down to that 147 limit? We're not there yet, but he does look like he's in fantastic shape. Anthony Joshua, I'm keen on getting my hands on Tyson Fury's WBC belt. Let's see what happens. So much talking about this fight. I just want to see what happens, by the way. We'll see. Another interesting thing about Kell Brook, by the way, that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, well, they might be, is this rehydration clause. There is no rehydration clause in the contract. Now, I don't know if you guys, well, you should know, but when you fight for the IBF, there is a limit onto how much you can weigh on fight night. There is also a limit sometimes of how much you can put on in, I think it's 10 hours after the weigh. And also, I can't remember, I need to read it properly. There's nothing with this. So Kell Brook, straight after weighing, can go up to as big as he wants to. So Kell Brook will definitely be the bigger man and the stronger man in the ring. If that matters, I don't know. I'm trying to say, because that always used to be a problem for Kell Brook, because obviously he used to have the IBF, so there always was that issue with rehydration after fights. That isn't there anymore, so that might play a part. I don't know. Finally, we'll leave on this one. Eddie Hearn says there'll be a lot more people watching Haney fight than Tank Santa Cruz last week. Completely disagree. More people watching Haney versus Gamboa than there was Tank Santa Cruz. Is he all right? Absolutely not. Is he crazy? All the Mexican following that Santa Cruz has, plus what Tank has because of the build-up and the promotion that Floyd's done. Haney has none of that. And Gamboa, I mean, peace.